What's going on? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another day in the Elajas era. I'm your host with the most bows, Taylor Elajas. You doing good? I do pretty good, but are you doing good though? I do pretty good today. We are here once again at Hip Hop Rookie of the Year, and if my skin looks a little dark, don't mind it. The sun did me right. So, as usual, we're going to be talking about this week's Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder, as well as some honorable mentions. Okay, and before we get into those things, we gotta dive into the criteria of what we're even basing the people that are on the ladder off of. Okay, and you know how we give it up. All right, so first off, we have well-produced and well-engineered music. Okay, this should be obvious. Okay, but sometimes it may not be obvious. But well-engineered and well-produced music. All right, signed or unsigned. What's going on, Stanley Nickel Freets, if I pronounced that right? We're just running down the criteria for being on the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder before we bust into the ladder. All right, so we have signed or unsigned, interviews, tours, social media presence, cosigns, engagement, bodies of work, analytical results, YouTube views, magnitude of notable songs, and platforms featured on. Okay, so there's that. All right, now let's bust into some honorable mentions. All right, so the honorable mentions we have here today. The first one, we're going to start off real strong. We're going to start off real hefty with somebody who's really been popping off in these streets, truly. And I know that because, I be in these streets sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I be in the streets sometimes, and you find out who's really buzzing out here. And I think somebody that's really buzzing right now, especially with the youth, is Mr. Pop Smoke. Okay, Mr. Pop Smoke has been doing pretty well for himself as of lately. Okay, and he actually has been definitely controlling the streets with his Welcome to the Party record. Baby, welcome to the party. I got the money to stand the lead. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's moving retarded. He is in fact moving really retarded because of Welcome to the Party. You know what I'm saying? And Brooklyn just got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Now, if we don't hear Welcome to the Party during a Nets, lineup reveal or during a starting lineup reveal or something, I'm going to be quite disappointed in the Brooklyn Nets because, KD's now welcome to the party, and so is Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? But Pop Smoke is an honorable mention to be on the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder. Okay, what's going on, Dirt? YRE Z. I'm gonna stop before I don't want to mess it up too bad. But we have Pop Smoke, who's an honorable mention, and he has another song called "Meet the Woo," which is actually was more popular than "Welcome to the Party" at one point. So it's interesting to see how he's blown up at this point. The man now has a Genius interview and a couple million view videos. So Pop Smoke is really hitting out here in these streets. Okay, even the youngins love him. The youngins love him to where they can do the whole voice, baby, welcome to the like that. You know what I'm saying? And they like to do that. They like to be able to imitate the rapper and like to feel engaged and involved. Okay, and so another rapper as well, who the youth really are starting to feel and getting they're getting the feel for them, and they really enjoy their music, and it's resonating with them. Okay, but they love Pop Smoke. They definitely love Pop Smoke. I've been able to tell. And like, you go to a party and you don't welcome to the party, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The reception you receive is absolutely nonsense. Okay, it's just he has the money, Zanzaline, and that's why he's moving retarded. Like he's telling you why he's moving retarded. He's not leaving any type of space to be open to interpretation. He's telling you why he's moving retarded. Really is. So another I've mentioned is Lil Got It. All right, Lil Got It is Lil Key's brother, and Lil Key is more popular and has more of a substantial impact in music right now. But they're both on YSL Records, I believe, and Lil Key's definitely doing work, and Lil Got It is definitely on the come up as well. Okay, and Lil Got It has some songs and have been, picking up a little bit of steam, both out of ATL and both putting in work. So I believe that Lil Gotti is definitely going to start getting that recognition. But the next honorable mention, who's already on the ladder, just isn't on the ladder this week, and actually really hasn't been on in a little while. But Lil Keed, all right, he dropped an album called Long Live Mexico recently, and there's a little discrepancy to where, literally the same night I saw Polo G say, I have the #1 album. And then I saw Lil Keed say, I have the #1 album. This was both in the same night, probably within the same swipe of me rolling down my timeline. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty crazy. But, we have Lil Keed, who has had some pretty significant features thus far. He has features with Young Thug, Offset, which is pretty damn impressive. Pretty damn impressive for Mr. Lil Keed. But there's another rapper who, I just found out about today, actually. He's on Billboard, listed at number 45 with Betcha. All right. Now, or Betchua. It's spelled Betchua. So maybe it's Betcha, Betchua. Who knows? I'm gonna go with Betcha. All right. It's kind of giving me Kodak vibes. All right. And the beat, Kodak with a faster flow though, but with a beat that sounds like a slowed down Tatiana. That's what the song sounds like. He has a couple of songs that sound pretty good, but the most popular one that's on Billboard right now by Mr. Shorty is Betcha, and it's listed at 45 on the Billboard hip hop and R&B. So it's doing work, and it's really went under my nose. But it seems like Ransom went under people's noses for a little while, and now it's up there. It's top 20 Billboard. So, but another honorable mention is Saweetie. All right, Saweetie. She had performed the song at the BT Experience, and it's now 30th on Billboard. It's called My Type. That's my type. That's my type. That's how she gives it up. And Saweetie's starting to make a name for herself outside of being Offset's girlfriend. So that's definitely great for her. I was told she has a mean underbite. I think what it was either overbite, underbite, not too sure. But I was told that she has a mean one of those. But she's living her life, living her life her way with her type. Okay, but these are the honorable mentions one more time before we get into the ladder. Right? We have Pop Smoke, Lil Gotti, Lil Keed, Shorty, and Saweetie. All right, so that is the honorable mentions. Now let's bust into this week's ladder, okay? Because I have some ish to speak about with you guys today. All right, now today, the ladder shows some changes. All right, and you may or may not be ready for these changes. I'm just gonna let you know that now. You may or may not be ready, but you're gonna see it. All right, and we can discuss. We can discuss and see if this really is what it should be. All right, but this week's Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder, all right, it goes as such. All right, we have Lil Nas X at #1. Yes, you are not going blind. Lil Nas X. Couldn't speak for a second. I hate when people say little. When the name says Lil, it says Lil for a reason. It's not little. You know what I'm saying? So, but Lil Nas X at 1, DaBaby at 2, Megan Thee Stallion at 3, Polo G at 4, Lil Tecca at 5, and Blueface Baby at 6. Okay. Now let's start with Mr. Blueface. Blueface, I was talking to my dad today actually about this show, Hip Hop Rookie of the Year, okay? And I told him I've been doing it for a while, and I told him that it started off with Blueface at #1. Right? Well, was he? No, Blueface was on the first ladder, but he may not have been #1. But either way, Blueface was #1 for a while on my ladders, and he definitely eventually started to dip and decline. He did. It's pretty crazy how it happened, but it happened. Okay, and DaBaby came up and took his spot and was #1 for quite some time. And I literally said for a while, I don't think that anybody's gonna take Blueface's spot. But lo and behold, somebody took Blueface's spot. Okay, and that man was DaBaby because he started to pick up steam. And Walker Texas Ranger was one of his more popular songs for quite some time. It was a very creative video, and it was picking up steam for a bit. But then, Suge dropped. And at all this, I feel like I always tell people, any song on Baby could have smashed. That's how I feel. Like any song on Baby could have smashed, and even Best Friend I think probably would have smashed. But I feel like, you know, he probably would have caught some flack if his most popular song was Best Friend, because it goes off of Moonlight. I just got a DM from your best friend, and you're mad, I know, yeah. You're mad, I know, yeah. Like, I'm sad to know, yeah. I'm sad to, like, it's clearly a takeoff. Well, yeah, actually, when I think about it, because I actually put this on my story a little while ago. I said, Best Friend is, well, I'm just making a whole bunch of revelations at the same time, but Best Friend on Baby featuring Rich the Kid is a remix. That's a remix, and the original was on his previous album. Okay, so the one Rich the Kid is a remix. So to hear, I just got a deal from your best friend, and you're mad, I know, yeah, you're mad, I know, yeah. That's clearly a takeoff Sad, but Sad came out in 2017, I believe. Definitely gonna fact check that. Actually, that might have came out in 20. X died in June of 2018, right? If X died in June, that album came out 2018. So, yeah, actually, these are definitely some interesting things. We're gonna check real quick when question mark released. Okay, because that's something to think about, you know, because when I tell you that the Baby's album either came out in 2017 or 2018, but I believe this album came out before the you know, clearly came before Baby on Baby. I believe it came out 2017. The other project, which I can't even really remember off the top of my head right now, but it's definitely interesting to think about. Yeah, I'm definitely going on this best friend sad thing for a little while, but I'm very curious, honestly, because I'm curious as to which album dropped first. But in the meantime, while I try to see what's going on with that, Blueface. Okay, Blueface recently had some issues with his mother and sister, where he was seen kicking them out of the crib. Okay, and his mom's on IG Live. He's kicking them out the crib, and they're like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Why are you kicking me out the crib?" He has 2 girlfriends, and there was an issue with that. And Blueface literally actually kicked his sister out the crib, like physically, and you know that made a whole bunch of news. Then he ended up saying, "What mom you know is on IG Live?" Therefore, he's trying to insinuate that his mom's also clout chasing along with his sister. But that is an interesting question. Like, why is my mom on IG Live talking about I'm kicking her out the house? But you know, why I would not let my mom have IG Live at the end of the day. Like, why do you know how to work this? But we have clarification here. We have question mark by XXX Tentacion came out in March 16th, 2018, and Sad is on that album. Okay. And now we're going to do a little digging as to when that project by DaBaby came out. And we're going to compare. But, you know, Mr. Blueface also dropped Bust Down featuring Offset. It's definitely in the same cadence as a lot of other songs, but like he said, he does it because it's easy. And like it is easy for him to, he's good at it. Like at the end of the day, can you really blame a man who's good at the way he does and the type of stuff that he does? Can you really blame him? But okay. So yeah, clearly was taken from X because Blank Blank, that was the last mixtape in that album that DaBaby dropped. That dropped in November, and question mark dropped months before that. So Best Friend is definitely influenced by Sad with the I'm sad to know ya, I'm sad to know ya. So I was definitely interested in that, but at the end of the day, we're on Blueface, and Blueface just dropped 8 mil plus on Lyrical Lemonade with Bust Down featuring Offset. So Blueface is still putting up numbers. As much as people seem to not like Blueface, he still puts up numbers. He really does. Like at the end of the day, like he just doesn't boast about it like 6ix9ine, but he puts up numbers regardless of what you think or think he doesn't put up numbers. He does, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blueface puts up multi-million numbers whenever he drops them. You know what I'm saying? And Daddy, the song is Rich Kid, is also 50th on the Billboard. Okay. Tatiana is definitely on decline at this point. The Tatiana wave is starting to die down, and it is what it is. But I think Blueface is definitely still a person that is firmly in this race, and if something can go well for him, he can get back that super relevancy that he was at one point where he was getting Breakfast Club interviews. And because he got the Breakfast Club interview before Tatiana was even super, super popular like that, when it took over the world at one point, you know what I'm saying, with the challenges and all that. But, we have Blueface at 6, and at 5, we have Lil Tecca. Right, we have Lil Tecca, and Lil Tecca is 4th on the Billboard Emerging Artist list. Okay, so that's definitely a stamp. All right, Ransom. Remember seeing it just get on Billboard. That thing is at 14 on Billboard. Ransom is at 14 on Billboard. I love Ransom. Ransom's a fire song, honestly. I got black, I got white, what you want? I was trying to go say I've been a fan. No, you know what I'm saying? It's a fire song, not gonna lie. Super fire, but Lil Tecca came out of nowhere for people. I've been known about Lil Tecca for a while because I'm a Lil Mosey fan. I won't say fan, but more supporting. I don't really buck his music super heavy, but at one point I remember seeing them take a picture together, and Lil Mosey put me on to Lil Tecca, and then I started digging into Lil Tecca. This is when he was probably at like 300, 400K. Started digging into Lil Tecca, so I listened to some songs, and I heard Did It Again, and oh my gosh, Did It Again, maybe more fire than Ransom, to be honest. I got a pack, can it do it again? You know what I'm saying? It's a fire song. If you don't know Did It Again by Lil Tecca, you should find out the vibes because Lil Tecca is super fire. Okay. And he recently just dropped Bossa Nova on SoundCloud, which I'm pretty upset about. I love SoundCloud. SoundCloud's cool. It's giving a free platform for artists. I appreciate it. I like streaming. You know what I'm saying? I make playlists. I'm a curator. And, when you're a curator, at least me, the fact that I curate playlists, I listen to the playlist when I'm outside and I don't feel like shuffling through I probably have 1,000+ songs in my music library. So I don't want to shuffle through it. I go to my playlist that I made and I share it with people every week, and I listen to that. So I like to put heat. I have 3 different playlists. I have one for breaking new artists, I have one for R&B vibes, and one for hip hop, so whatever mood I'm in that day, you know what I'm saying, I'll throw in one of those. And Bossa Nova would have been a fire track to throw in Stovetop. That's my hip hop playlist. I would do it in Stovetop because I think it's fire. It's like an oven, you know what I'm saying? But Lil Tecca dropped Bossa Nova on SoundCloud, and every time he even teased the track, it got 600+ views. Okay, so Lil Tecca out here working, you know what I'm saying? So he deserved to be out on the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder, or considering that people saying he came out of nowhere and then dropped 17 mil plus on Lyrical Lemonade, you know what I'm saying? He out here working. Has a Rap Genius interview, also predicted that was going to happen pretty early, so the man's only 16 from Queens. The New York love is here. New York love is being shown, and, we out here. New York, good morning, LA, you know what I'm saying? Next up, we have Polo Jeezy. All right, Mr. Polo G is number 4, and Pop Out. We pop it at your party. I'm with the gang. It's going to be a robbery, so Tuck Your Damn Chain is now platinum. All right, Pop Out is platinum. Congrats to Mr. Polo G for that. All right, Pop Out is now platinum, and he's also going to be going on a Die Legend tour. All right, so congrats on that as well. He's going to be going with Lakel. All right, Lakel. And I mentioned him as an honorable mention a little while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and he's still fire in case you didn't know. Dropped a new song called BRB. That thing's fire. You know what I'm saying? Straight from New York with a boogie no hood. You know that line if you listen to the song. So listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Pop Out is 9 on Billboard. All right. Pop Out, there's just songs to where it's like you just know they're gonna slap and they're gonna go places. And Pop Out, I just knew once the first time I heard that video, I made a reaction to it, put it on YouTube, and I was like, yo, I love this song, bro. I love this song. Like it just flows. And Polo G and Lil TJ were artists that I found at that point. And we're just starting to get accustomed to and associated with, and they drop a song together, and I was like, wow, because they're kind of they're very heavily associated with each other. Like Lil TJ is the Bronx Polo G, and Polo G is the Chicago Lil TJ. It's pretty crazy, honestly. They're definitely heavily associated in the fact that they now have a song together. I like now that like the up and coming artists get together and they get on songs. You know what I'm saying? Whenever there's up and coming artists, they actually hop on songs with each other pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? Like Quando's on a song with Polo G. You know what I'm saying? Quando Rondo, by the way. You know, you have Choppa and Blueface. And they're all born up in the same year and they're making songs together. You know what I'm saying? Blueface and Choppa, Shot of Flow remix is fire. Okay, you have Megan Thee Stallion, Cash Ish with the Baby. Okay, you have Polo G and Lil TJ, like I just said. Okay. They out here, man. They really are out here. YK Osiris has a song with the Baby as well. Okay. You know, like I like when people work together. I really do. I like when they're all trying to grow for the common cause of getting to the bag. Okay. But you know, we have Polo G going on tour, pop out platinum, 9th on Billboard. Had to reward him. Just had to. The man is fire. The man is probably the best Chicago rapper right now. I'm open to debate on that, but you know, I think he's the best Chi-Town rapper right now. You know what I'm saying? So next up, we have Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion. And what's for that? Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion. She out here working as well. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion just performed Big Old Freak and Reeler on Jimmy Fallon. Oh my gosh. And you know how much I love to perform on Jimmy Fallon. Okay, because that is a wide audience. It's a late night audience, and it's an audience that's not going to know who in the heck Megan Thee Stallion is. Because, you know, I'm going to give a little anecdote. Okay, I was in a eatery called Miss Lily's. It's in Deep Soho, of New York City. So, there, I mean, young M.A. just pops in. All right, and she goes to the back with some homies and they eat. But she just pops in. I'm like, yo, that's Young M.A. I love Young M.A.'s music. All right, but I'm not a person who's gonna try to interrupt your space. You know what I'm saying? It's just there's a place and time. You know what I'm saying? In that immediate moment when I saw her, I didn't feel like it was that place or time. But I probably should have took the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you know, for me, I think would I want somebody to interrupt me eating food? You know what I'm saying? Like, just ask for a picture. But for me, I would like to have a conversation with her because I love Young M.A.'s music. I've literally been loving Young M.A. for a while since Sleepwalking Tape came out a while ago. You know what I'm saying? And I've been waiting for her to drop an actual project, but she hasn't yet. You know, but at the end of the day, I've been waiting for a while, and I love Young M.A.'s music. So I saw her in the Miss Lily's, and I was like, "Yo, should I go take a picture with my girl and stuff?" I'm like, "Yo, should I take a picture?" And we're both like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know," because we both don't want to bother people. You know what I'm saying? But you know. It's the time and place. Like I also met Joey Badass. I met Joey Badass in Soho, and we're literally standing in the spot taking pictures, and he just pulls up. Him and like I guess security guards pull up out the car, and you know that's like a perfect moment. So chop it up for a little bit and take a picture. That's a moment where you can execute that and get that picture. But I don't do it for the picture. But you know, if I really respect you, because at the end of the day, I don't be fiending for pictures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I also take mental pictures, you know what I'm saying? I capture mental moments at the end of the day. So I met Joey Badass, pulled up in the car right there, got chopped it up, got a picture. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was dope vibes. When we saw Young M.A., I didn't feel like it was you know, the place or the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think she also had a meeting in the back she had to go to. You know, they stayed there for a while. You know, never got my picture at the end of the day. But I also saw, if you guys know, Instagram comedian. I don't want to just put my Instagram comedian box. I hate people do that. Like people call me influencer, and I'm like, bro, I'm not an influencer. I have influence, but I'm not an influencer. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. But I saw, let's say performer. I saw performer and content creator Trav Q in Manhattan the other day as well. And literally, we're in the middle of the damn street because somebody caught a video of him, and he has a slogan that says, it goes, "Whose man's is this?" You know what I'm saying? So I heard somebody doing it. So I wanted to see if it was him. I turned my back, and it was him and somebody who was recording him saying his slogan and stuff. And I was like, oh, nah, I gotta see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because I messaged Trav, you know what I'm saying? So he about to cross the street. I talked to him for a little bit, chop it up, and I let him go about his merry way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really need a picture in that moment. You know, I caught the mental picture. But you know, it's crazy too. As we're just on the topic of just public figures and musicians and stuff. Lil Tecca. All right, so my homies met Lil Tecca, right? And they see him late night Soho. Okay, see him late night Soho, and they're like, "Oh, yo, that's that." Mind you, they're not with me. They just tell me the story. So, you know, because we were always in this certain spot in Soho Mercer Street. I'm actually shooting a documentary on that street, but Mercer Street, and a lot of people be there actually. Another little side note, mans that I had interviewed for the documentary, him and his other mans that I know, they both met Lupe Fiasco on that same block, which is crazy. Lupe Fiasco followed him and everything, but you meet a lot of people on this block, honestly. But Lupe Fiasco was there, but this one day I'm talking about for Lil Tecca. My two friends were there, right? And they're like, "Oh, that's Lil Tecca." And one of them was like, "Oh, I want to get a picture." The other one's like, "Oh, I want to see like a fan though." So they ended up taking a picture, but they're trying to think of a way to infiltrate their squad because Lil Tecca was with some people. And Lil Tecca was not 14th on Billboard at this moment. He was probably 30 something. It was definitely lower than he is right now, but maybe not by that much. But so right, they're there and they're trying to talk to Lil Tecca, and so they're like, "Yo, you know what I should do? Let's go ask him for some weed." And as they're telling me the story, I'm like, "Yo, why would you ask Lil Tecca for weed?" I'm saying, like, you think Lil Tecca's about to give you weed? Like, you think him and his friends are about to just give you weed for what? I'm saying. So we go, or they go up to him, and they're like, "Oh, you guys have weed?" And I guess the people are like, "No, we don't have weed." And one of my other friends, who's not from Atlanta, goes, "We're from Atlanta. We just are visiting down here," and which really had no correlation to them asking for weed either. But at the end of the day, they didn't get a picture, they didn't get any weed, and it's like they just wasted an opportunity to connect with somebody, But Lil Tecca, 5th on the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder, and going back to the original point of Polo G, why he's number 4. All right, Polo G is number 4 on the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder. Just starting his tour with Lil Kel. Pop Out is now platinum. All right, 9th on Billboard as well. All right, so very good for Polo G and Meg Thee Stallion, going way back as well. You have Meg Thee Stallion, who is on Jimmy Fallon. And I love when people are on Jimmy Fallon because they're just on a different audience. It's people who would never know who they are. And, Jimmy Fallon, I think, is a very heavy platform to where he puts people on. I don't know if he has a very high influence in what artists perform there, but, Trippie Redd performed there, Kodak Black performed there, Meg Thee Stallion performed there. Like, a bunch of people who are now being exposed to a much bigger audience that they may not have been experienced with, or they've not been in front of for quite some time, or ever in their career. They might be in a niche to, oh wait, this is about to go full circle. I just remember why I even told my Young May story. So to the point of you being surrounded by people, or like them performing on Jimmy Fallon, right, and being in front of people who you may think already know who they are, but they really don't, right? So Young May, when she got in there, but no one was like feeding or anything for a picture. It seemed like it was just me and my girl who knew who she was. It's like, but there's a bunch of black people in the store, and I'm like, I feel like these black people have to know who Young May is, and no one else wants to ask for a picture. So it's either some people in the store didn't know or some people in the restaurant didn't know who she was, or they were on the same timing as me, is that they didn't want to bother her. Okay, so literally though, like, nobody makes any type of fuss, right? No one makes no type of fuss. And mind you, she's with 2 people. It's not even like her and security guards. It seems like it's just like her mans. Like they just look like her friends and stuff. She was a female and a dude, and one seemed like her DJ or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just moving regular. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to miss Young May. She has a grill and some pretty prominent braids. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to know her. But it's like, wow, like no one really cares like that is her, or he doesn't know who it is. What's going on, Paba Guesty, in the Twitch chat, by the way. But we have Young May, who I saw there, and like she's with 2 other people, and no one really cared, which is crazy, because to me, I'm like, that's Young May. Like, no one's gonna say anything. Am I the only person that's like, yo, is like contemplating what should I do here? Should I ask for a picture? Or like, am I the only person that's contemplating what to do? And that's what it just felt like. It felt like I was the only person that was contemplating what to do in the situation. And then I ended up walking my girl back to the train station, came back, and she was gone. But it was just crazy to me. It was like, why is no one reacting? And then my girl was like, well, we're in a white and Asian part of man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that's facts. A lot of these artists are hood famous. Honestly, a lot of these artists are hood famous, and you might not think they are, but a lot of these artists are hood famous. And in that moment, I was like, yo, I feel like Young M.A's probably hood famous, which is still fine. You know, hood famous people like Young Boy is hood famous, but a lot of hood famous people, they do well on YouTube numbers. They do well on streaming numbers, but YouTube numbers especially because, you know, the hood loves free stuff and YouTube's free. So, but you know, that's why I really think that Jimmy Fallon is doing a great thing, providing this platform for these artists, these upcoming artists, or just artists that now are even on a bigger platform to where these people who may not even know their names now know who they are. And you have to make an impact. You really do when you're out there. You have to make an impression on them. You have to make your presence known that, yo, you may not know who I am, but you need to know who I am. And I'm going to show you why you need to know who I am. And I respect that. I really do. I 100% respect that. So Meg Thee Stallion, all right, at number 3. And we're going to take a little dip. But also, these are her Billboard numbers currently. All right, it's a Cash-ish at 33 and Big Old Freak at 42. And I'm also giving the fact that Cash-ish being at 33 on Billboard to DaBaby because he is featured on the track. So I'm definitely going to give some credit to him on that one. So much credits to DaBaby. But second is Mr. DaBaby. And he had a pretty good freestyle for, Double XL. You know, did pretty well. He apparently impressed in the interview. Suge now has 100 mil plus views. Golly, it just blows my mind. Okay, and he was also on Revenge of the Dreamers. Okay, now that must have been an amazing session to be upon. Okay, I watched the documentary, and you know, J. Cole is a revolutionary person. Like I appreciate what he did there. You know, he just brought everyone together and just changed the vibes and brought something that I really don't think has been done in music, and it should be done. You know what I'm saying? Like just bringing so many talented, creative people into one space and just allowing the energy to flow and the rooms to flow and to just create great songs. And it's where it's like you're putting a bunch of people on one tape that may not even be directly associated with each other. You know, you have the Dreamville people, but then you have other people like Guapdad 4000, Dreezy, you know, like they are not part of Dreamville. DaBaby, you know, even T.I. was out there, you know, like people that are Childish Major, who's fire. And there's just people who's like, you wouldn't think that they'd be there or that they'd even be associated with J. Cole in this moment, but they were, which is dope. Pretty awesome. So I love what J. Cole did there, but DaBaby was on that tape. Okay, so congrats to him. Kudos to him for being on that tape. Okay, and, you know, Double XL Freestyle and DaBaby's out here winning. What's going on? One Real Soul. We're talking about DaBaby at number 2. All right, and DaBaby really is out here winning. He was number 1 for quite some time, but you know, I'm going to dip into why Lil Nas X is number 1 very momentarily. But DaBaby is taking over the country, the United States of America. All right, and that's the statement I want to end on for DaBaby. He's taking over the United States of America. But you want to know who's taking over the world currently? Lil Nas X. Okay, and Lil Nas X is taking over the world because of the fact that he's also building a buzz in the UK. Okay, and when you start to expand outwards outside the country, it starts to spread into all the other countries. I'm telling you, and Old Town Road is a world hit. It's a world hit. It's not just a USA hit. It's a world hit. And his EP is a world hit. You know, like he has 3 songs on Billboard right now: Panini, Rodeo, and Old Town Road. And Old Town Road has been on the Billboard and has been number 1 on Billboard for 14 weeks. That's mad weeks. Like, let's put that into perspective. That's mad weeks. And I want to say that I was not super on the Lil Nas X bandwagon because of the fact that, you know, we didn't hear anything else. And Old Town Road is fire. I like the fact that we went really different with it. It's really innovative, and I love innovation. But we still need more. Like, we need something from you that's going to show that you've been here or you plan on being here for a while. And we need something to prove that you plan on being here. And this EP showed that he plans on being here for a while. Okay, the man is, numbers-wise, he's putting up the best numbers of any rookie this year. And it's like he really is a true rookie. He didn't have a tape out. Like DaBaby has had several tapes out, and you know, to Lil Nas X's now 1 tape. You know what I'm saying? So that's some real rookie-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like he really is a real rookie. And to do these type of numbers as a real rookie with literally only one song on streaming for a while, and then to pop out with a Cardi verse, and that just immediately can take him to Billboard, obviously. And the man is charted on 3 different genres. Like, come on, bro. Like, rock, country, and hip hop. Like, we have to give the man his credit. And I was actually talking to somebody today, the same person that actually met Lupe Fiasco. I was talking to him today, and he called me a fan. And I was like, yo, I didn't even think that Lil Nas X would make it this far. Not even on some hating stuff, but it's just like, he needs to do something. Okay, and Demon Singh is DJ Demon Singh in the chat called it, and I'm going to give you credit for that because you did call it, and you really did call it. I was behind Blueface for quite some time because he had done a lot. Blueface started to dip off, and Lil Nas X continued to rise, and the man is taking over the world. And I will tell you my 4 biases. I will always make my biases known. My biases are to J. Cole, Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, and Damian Lillard. Other than that, I'm very unbiased with everyone. Not even a lot. I'm unbiased with everyone. Okay, I understand music is subjective, so you need people who are not going to be subjective. Okay, or are not going to allow their opinion to deter what they should talk about and say. So I can admit that I was wrong. That Lil Nas X showed us something. He showed us that he's here to stay. He showed us he can put up numbers. He showed us that he will be here for a while. What's going on, Brickle Fact? We're talking about the fact that Lil Nas X is #1 this week for the first time. Okay, he wasn't even on the ladder last week, but the man is taking over the world. He has Rodeo at 15 on Billboard, Old Town Road 14 weeks #1, and he's just doing so much great things right now that it's hard to deny it. It really is. Okay, and his streaming numbers are still going up. He did 70K first week. We cannot ignore the fact that he did 70K first week. That's super good for him. Juice WRLD did 30K more first week. Chris Brown did 30K more first week. Lil Pump, who had Harvard Dropout, seemingly an album that was such, so hyped up, I believe it only did like 40 or 30K. It was around that range. Again, only, but you would think that Lil Pump would do more for an album that was so anticipated. But Panini is also at #10 on Billboard. Like, come on. I give credit where credit is due, and I don't care if it makes me sound like a fan. I respect creators for being able to show us time and time again and prove consistency in what they are creating. That's all it is. Like, I was riding for Blueface. I was riding for Blueface. If you guys want to go into the archives, I was riding for Blueface. But Blueface slacked off. You know what I'm saying? He slacked off, and Lil Nas X rose. So now we're riding for Lil Nas X. I'm still riding for all these artists, hoping that they continue to do what they should be doing. But at the end of the day, Lil Nas X is taking over the world, not just the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's taking over the world. Man was in UK. I feel like he could drop a tour right now, no features, no nothing. Man, the man has 3.1 followers on Instagram. Okay, he has a single without a video that went stupid. We didn't even need a video. Oh, it was just 2 pictures of damn horses. It's a picture of damn horses in that thing. Multiple million. I'm saying multiple million. Like, he's analytical wise, the man is doing ridiculous for a 20-year-old. He's not even 21 yet. He's not even 21 yet. And the man has also been able to lock down the Instagram presence because he's a troll. He's a meme, bro. And he makes, I wouldn't say meme music, but it's music that you can meme. Brother, he's just figured it out, bro. And I feel like it all happened by accident. Like, the man figured it out by accident. Like, that doesn't even compute in my head, honestly. Like, he really figured it out by accident now. I'm also going to take a small dip into the fact that the man came out as gay. And I don't even know if that's real or not because the man is a troll. So we don't even really know if the man is gay or not. The impact of that on hip-hop is also kind of questionable towards me. It's like, well, now we're already in an era where it's acceptable, but now it's like, hip-hop, have you really ever seen somebody be this successful and also represent the gay community? I don't think this really has happened before. And you know, and he knows it's gonna come with jokes, and he's just taking it on the chin. He's making fun of it himself, bro. Like I respect Lil Nas X, bro. I respect it, bro. He is setting up to be this generation's Nas, and not for the fact that, you know, music wise, you know, it's not even really a direct comparison. It's just the fact that I caught myself calling him Nas today, but I know the difference, and it doesn't have to be where it's like Nas. You mean Lil Nas? Because I know the imprint that Nas has in the game. I understand his imprint. I'm not saying that he is Nas, but I understand too that, you know, the game is different, and I know the two different games. So when I say Nas, I know which Nas I'm talking about, because you can understand the context of what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because Nas is not a more talked about person right now, and that doesn't mean he doesn't have stripes in the game. That's not what anybody's saying. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Nas X is out here winning, and you know, whether he's gay or not, it really doesn't even matter at this point. That's just a crazy thing that hip hop has come to where it's like it doesn't matter, which is great. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can make fire music, people are gonna respect it, and the person who says such a thing understands it's gonna come backlash, because it's just gonna come with backlash. Like people suck. Like, but he's taking it on the chin. He's really taking it on the chin. He's showing you, I don't care. Come with your jokes. I could care less. And that's the attitude you have to have at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude you have to have at the end of the day. Like, and you know, I respect it truly. I respect Lil Nas X 100%. He showed the world that I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay in every genre, and you can't take me away from every genre. He's charting on 3 different genres of Billboard: country, rock, hip hop. What else is left? R&B, like, and I feel like that's pretty easy. I feel like he can hit an R&B. He can make an R&B hit. Like he can make an R&B hit. It's harder to get on rock and country than it is to get on hip hop and R&B. And he did all 4, or he did 3. I feel like he's probably gonna go for R&B too. You know what I'm saying? He might mess around and make a jazz song. You know what I'm saying? And like I said too before the TV even came, he's in a spot now to where, because he had been teasing Panini, he's in a spot now to where it doesn't even matter the type of music that he drops. It doesn't matter if he drops country song or rock song. Like, he set himself up to be able to drop whatever music he wants, which is so rare. It's so rare that any artist is able to drop the type of music they want to drop. It's so rare, because once you make kind of sound, artists, fans fall in love with that sound, and they want you to continuously do that sound forever. But when Old Town Road was so popular and hopping and, you know, rolling, he dropped Panini snippets, and Panini sounds completely different from Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? So he's immediately showing you, you're not going to stop me from making the type of music I want to make. You're not going to call me a country hip hop artist, or a country artist, or a hip hop artist, or a rock artist. You're not gonna box me into anything. And people are like, "Oh, how is he gonna make another country hit?" You don't have to, because he's gonna make whatever type of music he wants. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, it's an amazing thing that he was able to show. I have the control. That doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot where one artist or an artist at all is able to have that type of pull so fast. Like, you gotta put respect on a man's name, truly. And I'm here to do it. You know what I'm saying? When people deserve the respect, I'm gonna give it to him. Like, whenever people poop on Blueface, at the end of the day, even though he's on the decline, he still has put in work. He's been on Jimmy Fallon. He's had multiple dance challenges. He's been on Billboard for a while. He's had an album on Billboard for a while. He still didn't have a project this year, to be honest. He doesn't have a project this year. He's just been going off straight singles. And his singles has touched Billboard multiple times. He's been on Slide, that's touched Billboard. Daddy's touched Billboard. Tatiana's touched Billboard. His album was on Billboard, Famous Grip. I still think if he dropped the project next month, it would go stupid. And probably, I'm predicting 50K first week. Me, what really counts is what the album's going to do 3rd, 4th week. Like, Lil Nas X is still pulling in 60K. 60K streams. Like, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, to me, first week isn't even that important. That first week, it's cool, but what is your album still doing a couple weeks from now? Is it still, holding that luster? People still want to listen to it. People still care. People still care about 7 EP, an EP that is 70K. They still care about an EP. They still care about Baby on Baby. They still kind of care about Fever. They still care about Dilution. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for Lil Tecca and Blueface to drop their tapes. Lil Tecca probably not gonna drop a tape till next year though. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he drops a tape. It's a little early. You know what I'm saying? But also Lil Nas X, I think that he did it very well. He waited a good amount of time. He was like, "You're not gonna force me to do anything. I'm gonna put out 3 remixes before I drop another song. And you guys are gonna like it. I'm gonna drop a EDM version with Diplo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop a straight up country song and drop a country with a country artist, country hip hop with a country artist. Like he's changing the game, bro. And I gotta give respect to this man. And I'm not ashamed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've probably spent more time talking about Blueface, but I'm gonna keep talking about people that deserve to be talked about. And Lil Nas X, to me, at this point of the year, is the hip hop rookie of the year. This is what my prediction is going forward. But at the end of the day, I ain't biased. So if the baby works his way back up, then damn it, he will be number one again. But at this point in time, it's undeniable Lil Nas X's impact. We just got to see how his impact is going to affect the game, because we see Blueface's impact on the game. We see DaBaby's impact on the game. I feel like Megan's going to start having some impact in the game of like natural women. Yeah, I feel like she's hip hop's Lizzo, except for she's not fat. But Lizzo's kind of big. Like I'm not even going. But that's her whole thing, though. It's like she's big and represents self love, and and I think that Megan also represents that in the hip hop game, where it's like self love, natural, accept me who I am, and I'm sexy, and I'm gonna give this energy to you whether you want it or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk my ish the way that y'all be talking y'all ish. You know what I'm saying? So I respect it all. I really do. I truly respect it all. And Lil Nas X is number one right now. Always subject to change. Okay, always subject to change. This is what it is. Okay, and we'll see if more artists start coming out as gay. I think Young Buck is starting to jack the gay lifestyle as well. We'll see. We'll definitely see, but it's crazy though. It's crazy. When I was making this ladder, I was like, I'm really about to put Lil Nas X at 1. And it was like, there was weeks he wasn't even on the ladder and I would just say, you gotta do more, and he's doing it, bro. When an artist actually does what he's supposed to do, it's amazing. It's amazing, bro. The man put out the record label put out the music at the right time. They put it out at the right time. And I believe he's on Columbia. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's on Columbia. And Columbia's winning. I think Columbia has Lil Nas X and Polo G, who are both youngins in the game. And they're definitely putting in work. And they're both on the rookie ladder this week. So, you know what I'm saying? Album and EP, both. They're out here working. But it's crazy too when not even crazy. It's pretty obvious, I guess. But when these artists get big and you see if they're signed, they're already signed. And I was correct. Lil Nas X is signed to Columbia Records, and so is Polo G. Okay. So yeah, Columbia Records is winning right now. They got 2 of the biggest artists walking in the up and coming game. Columbia also has Earl Sweatshirt. That's crazy. Oh, there was a point I was gonna make earlier about Earl Sweatshirt too with Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X is out here showing you that you're not gonna tell me the type of music that you want me to make. I'm gonna make the type of music I want to make, and you're not gonna stop me. Okay. And what Tyler the Creator says really resonated with me, because it's like, you could tell me to make the same music, but the music's still there. Like, why are you upset? The music's still there. It's not going away. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not taking the music down. If you want to listen to that music, if you want to listen to Tron Cat, if you want to listen to Radicals, you can go listen to it. It's available. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, because sometimes I find myself falling into a trap where I'm like, yo, I want you to put out this type of music again, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, they're not entitled to. If they want to switch it up and do new stuff, it's like, why are you mad at them for doing that? Like, you can still listen to their music when they're in that mode. Because if they don't change that mode, then you're gonna be like, yo, you make the same kind of music. So like, we as music fans are literally never happy. So I don't like to do that with artists. I like to allow them to be able to expand and grow. Especially Tyler Creator, who's a person that's grown from his bastard days. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Creator has grown from the music he made when he was making Bastard and Goblin to Flower Boy and Igor. They're just 4 different Tylers, and you have to allow artists to do that and get more comfortable and be able to go out their comfort zones. At the end of the day, like Tyler Creator said, you can go back and listen to the old stuff. Like, Goblin is available. So is Wolf. You know, all these songs are still available. So you got to just go out and listen to them if you want to listen to them. And if you want to hear the new stuff, then come back and hear the new stuff after you hear my old stuff. So, Lil Nas X is not going to fall into that trap, though. It's where you're going to try to trap him into a certain kind of sound, and then he has to hear people say, go back to this type of sound, because he's just going to give you 12 different sounds at one time. And that resonates with me because, people say stick to one thing at a time, and I don't know why that's the thing. Excuse me. Ooh, I apologize, guys. People say stick to one type of sound, and I never get that. Like, why am I going to stick to one type of sound? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense for me to stick to one type of sound. Like, for what? When I can just do a bunch of things at one time, and if it sticks, it sticks. Like, with me, I do a bunch of different things, not just music, but, I like to focus on different things at one time, because if they grow all at the same time, then that's even better. You know what I'm saying? I won't have to do one step at a time. I can just grow everything at the same time. Same way that he is establishing himself on 3 different genres or 4 different genres at the same time. It's not a dumb idea. Some people try to be like, oh, you should be focusing on one, so you put all your energy in one, and then keep like, no, bro, no. You're trying to make your life go midget speed, and I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? Try out a bunch of things at one time. If something don't stick, and you stop. But you should never do one thing at a time. That's just not how I decide to live life, and that's not how Lil Nas X decides to make music. Okay, Lil Nas X is a person that's going to continue to put out his type of music, and if it has to be 12 different genres, it has to be 12 different genres. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay, and I respect it, because no one is out here brave enough to do what he does, and that's just a cold hard fact. It is. Like, everyone else here has their sound to where you know what they're gonna bring. At the end of the day, like Blueface raps on the same type of beats, and although I respect Blueface, I respect him even saying it's easy to do what I do. I rap on the same type of beats, and it's like, he's a specific feature kind of guy. If you want a specific sound, you go to him, and it's like, I ain't mad at it. If you're good at your niche, why leave the niche every 5 seconds? If you're good at the niche, and he's established himself to be good at the niche. So Lil Tech is still kind of finding his niche, but kind of like a melody kind of person. It seems that's what he's trying. Kind of like nonchalant flow, and I like it. I like this in Lil Tech. Once again, listen to "Did It Again" by Lil Tech. It's a fire song, quite fire. Polo G, he kind of comes with some hard stuff, and then some hood melodies, you know what I'm saying? Which I love. It comes with both sides of the hood. The hard stuff and then the soft stuff. Sometimes hood guys gotta cry too. You know what I'm saying? It's good to cry sometimes. Let it out. Megan Stallion, it's gonna come with some OD sex. It's gonna be sex with Meg. So hey. So the baby, people are already starting to say that the baby sounds the same on every song, which is, I'm just like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? He already saying he sounds the same on every song. Like, the man you just started listening to the baby, and he doesn't sound the same on every song. You know what I'm saying? But he's already starting to influence people with his cadence and flow. He had everybody doing the Shook challenge in the way he fits like 12 bars into a little tiny space. But he does it in where the flow stays unpacked and stays, in tune with the beat. But he's fitting a bunch of words, you know what I'm saying, in a small area, So small time frame. Definitely I respect it. Definitely got to respect craft and the influence that these people are going to have. I think the baby's flow is going to be pretty influential if he continues to rise heading into 2020, because I hate to say it, and I hate what people say to me, but 2019 is rapidly approaching an end. We're already in July. How did this happen so damn fast? We're already in July. It was just brick in January. It feels as if it was just brick. Once you get through the break, like the brick months, like January, February, brick. At least where I'm at, December and November weren't. They weren't as bad as usual. They were not as bad as usual because I hate snow and we didn't get that much snow. So once you get past December, November, January, February, once you get past that little 4-month stretch where it's brick and you don't want to go outside, as long as you break that cycle, you're Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Once we get to March, it starts getting a little bit sunny, a little bit. It still be cold though. But once you get past that cold, April's still good. It's be raining a lot though. I hate rain. I hate snow. But April will be raining a lot. But once you get past those months, you know what I'm saying? Then May through August be zooming, bro. Sometimes you blink and it's like, damn, we're all hot though. This is how I'm living and where I'm at. But at the end of the day, we're about to be entering the third quarter very soon. We got January to April is the first. Excuse me. January to March is the first. April to June is the second. July to September is the third, and October to December is the fourth. Okay, so we're in the third quarter right now. A lot of people are dropping the third quarter, and I think it's working pretty well for them. If I do say so myself, I think it's working pretty well for them. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me today at Hip Hop Rookie of the Year. Okay, it was a great conversation. And as you guys know, I'm Lil Nas, and we will be crowning a Hip Hop Rookie of the Year rather soon. Because, like I just broke it down, 2019 is almost over. So, hope you guys enjoy and listen to the music by all of these artists and give them a chance. Good old